On today's Muskie Daily, the Campus Rec Center has a new name.
Muskingum's next president makes a stop on campus.
And a review of the latest Marvel movie.
Thanks for joining us on the Muskie Daily. I'm Chad Holmes.
And I'm Michael Pagano. Topping our news, and Steel Day is the day when the community will come together and have a celebration for our current president, A&C Steele. From 3 until 5, the quad is open to the public with food, games, and a special ceremony for her at 3:30. And as a special treat, the first 600 people to arrive will receive a free t-shirt.
Dr. Ann Steele is being honored at various events to celebrate her retirement this year. Not only is she getting her own day of celebration, but a building is now being named after her. Is being named after A&C Steele Center in honor of Muskingum University's 20th president. The announcement came at a dinner during Board of Trustees weekend on Saturday, April 15th.
Muskingum University Student Senate elections for the 2016-2017 school year didn't go as planned. Only 11 spots were filled of the 40, which caused the other elections to get canceled. The positions that were filled were transfer student representative, academic representative, gender and sexual minority representative, commuter student representative, honorary representative, class of 2017 president, all class of 2018 officers, and class of 2019 president. Right now, there is no current plan to attempt to get more students to get involved in elections.
A New Concord man led police on an on-foot chase after fleeing the scene of a crash earlier this week. Troopers say Brian Kesner reportedly drove his Ford Explorer through a fence, striking a utility pole while traveling northbound on Ricks Mills Road. Police were searching Kesner's residence when neighbors alerted them that he was running along Main Street. After a brief foot pursuit, Kesner gave up without incident near Fuel Mart at the intersection of Main Street and Friendship Drive. Troopers say Kesner appeared to be heavily intoxicated, saying he didn't remember leaving the scene. Kesner also told police another person was driving the vehicle, but no other driver has been identified. Kesner was transported to Genesis Hospital in Zanesville for his injuries. He's been cited for failure to control a motor vehicle, fleeing the scene of an injury crash, and operating a vehicle under the influence.
How sturdy can you make cardboard when it's submerged in water? This is the question Muskingum students tried to solve at the annual Cardboard Boat Regatta on Saturday. Students constructed boats using only cardboard and duct tape and then tested them out by sailing them on the campus lake. Some boats sunk while others thrived. 2 people in attendance were Dr. Hassler, the next Muskingum president, and her husband.
Forward to
They are
many
both
more fun events like this one. Yeah, you guys rock.
We're very inspired by becoming part of the long magenta line, and we hope to make it just 2 people longer.
They are both excited to attend more events like the regatta and are even considering joining future races.
We're going to a break, but when we come back, we'll look at the death of a music icon.
We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
World-renowned pop artist Prince was found dead at his estate in Chanhassen, Minnesota, Thursday. Last week, Prince was hospitalized briefly after his plane was forced to make an emergency landing in Illinois. His representatives say he had been fighting off the flu Prince rose to fame in the late 70s and was probably most popular in the 80s and early 90s. With his hits such as Little Red Corvette, Purple Rain, Let's Go Crazy, Diamonds and Pearls, Prince, his full name Prince Rogers Nelson, was 57.
Muskie Palooza is coming up this weekend. There will be a rock climbing wall, mechanical football, and other activities on the East Lawn Saturday from 1 until 5. The big concert kicks off at 8 in the evening, featuring Parma Lee and special guest Chuck Wicks. Tickets are available now until Saturday or sold out.
Matt and Aaron are back at it with another 1-minute review. This time they talk about the first trailer for Marvel's Doctor Strange.
Hey guys, today in 1 Minute Review, we're going to be talking about
Doctor Strange.
And to top it off, the design of Doctor Strange looks awesome.
Except all we saw was his back.
But in the concept art and in the pictures that
Yeah,
they
but
released.
he just kind of walked away.
Yeah, and this trailer, yeah.
What I liked about this trailer, we know nothing.
So we kind of have an idea of the events that lead up to him deciding to become Doctor Strange.
Oh,
And he had like some kind of accident.
Stephen Strange.
Yes, and he's like, his hands are shaking, and I guess like, you know, you have to have steady hands to be a doctor.
He's like a brain surgeon or something. Because there's a very good animated movie about Doctor Strange. It's actually pretty darn close because the exact same thing happens in the cartoon version.
This teaser trailer reminded me a lot of Inception.
Yeah, it really
you know?
kind of was Inception-like. And we also have no idea who the villain is.
Well,
There's a lot of people in that trailer. Doctor Strange comes out in November. We'll be there.
Thank you for tuning in on this edition of 1 Minute Review.
And I'm DJ Ace.
See you later.
Coming up after the break is the weather update and your Muskie Sports.
On campus by tuning into Student Senate here on Orbit TV. Student Senate meetings air every Tuesday at 11 in the evening and Wednesdays through Sundays at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
A team led with experience, reporters forged from ethics, and a crew dedicated to bringing the knowledge. This is the Muskie Daily, the #1 rated college television broadcasters in New Concord.
Tonight, there's a 70% chance of showers with a low of 56, so if you plan on going outside, make sure you bring that raincoat. Tomorrow, there's also a 70% chance of showers with a high of 67, so you're going to want to keep the raincoats out for tomorrow as well. Tomorrow night, there will be a 30% chance of showers, so the rain will go away a little bit, and then becoming partly cloudy with a low of 43. So it will be a very cool night for all the weekend activities.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
It was a rough outing for Muskie baseball yesterday, falling to Mount Union twice in an OAC sweep on the road. Austin DeVore made his return to the diamond, though, hitting a 2 RBI single in the first game. Game 1 was a tight contest, with the Muskies only falling 5-4, but the Purple Raiders erupted in Game 2, downing the Muskies 13-5. The losses put the Muskies at 5-7 in the OAC, 3 games out of tournament contention. Dominant pitching propelled Muskie softball to an OAC sweep over Mount Union Wednesday, winning each game 2-0. Sarah Browning and Rachel Eberling each fired complete game shutouts, giving up only 5 combined hits. The Muskies have now clawed their way back into OAC tournament contention, sitting in a 3-way tie for 5th place with Mount Union and John Carroll. The Muskies will look to break that tie on Saturday when they host John Carroll. The Muskies will need to keep winning in conference and get a little bit of help to slip into the back end of the tournament. The Muskingum women's bowling team took home a 4th place finish in the Club Collegiate National Tournament. The tournament was set up with the all-Baker game format, so there were 5 bowlers on a team, and each player was responsible for 2 out of 10 frames per game. The Muskies competed with the bare minimum of 5 bowlers. Sophomore Summer Finley scored well enough to be ranked in the top 25 bowlers for club teams and is a finalist for All-American candidate. The women are now ranked 13th in the country. And the Golden Hook Awards are coming up this Monday in the ANSI Steel Center at 8 in the evening. These awards are to honor the student athletes at Muskingum University for the whole 2015-2016 athletic year. The ceremony is modeled after the ESPN ESPY Awards and will be hosted by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. They are looking for the event to be a fun way to honor Muskie athletes for their accomplishments. Still to come, high fives all around for our special guest. This after the break.
Stay updated on decisions being made on campus by tuning into Student Senate here on Orbit TV. Student Senate meetings air every Tuesday at 11 in the evening and Wednesdays through Sundays at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
A team led with experience, reporters forged from ethics, and a crew dedicated to bringing the knowledge. This is the Muskie Daily, the #1 rated college television broadcasters in New Concord.
We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
It's National High Five Day, and in honor of this celebration, we have Muskingum's High Five King, Connor Han, in the studio. Thanks, Connor, for being on with us today. So, High Five word of the day, what is it, and what made you want to do it?
Totally. So, High Five word of the day is just a kind of a Facebook status that I do. So it reaches out to my friends, but that's a lot of the Muskingum community. And basically, it's just a way to celebrate something each day. Every time you say that word, you have to high five, or every time you see it, you have to high five. And for example, dandelions was one. So dandelions, high five. Pace, if anyone ever, walks past you, don't feel bad, just high five someone going the same pace as you. And so that really kind of caught on, and I did it for an entire year in 2015, and I took a break, but people kind of wanted it to happen again, so I brought it back.
Mm-hmm. So, obviously, I'm assuming you still plan on doing it, but are you gonna make any major changes to it, or are you gonna pretty much keep the same format that you have been?
I've tried. I'm thinking of going onto Twitter and bringing it to the Twitter world, but other than that, just trying to keep it consistent. Invite maybe other people to use the high five word of the days as well.
Mm-hmm. So, one more question is, I guess, who do you really? I'm trying to think. What are you? So you said that it was for Facebook. Did you say you're gonna make it onto Twitter too?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that is all the time we have. So. Oh, we will be back after a quick break.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
Well, that's all the time we have on the Muskie Daily. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.